coconut sugar, and need some. I guess. Oh yeah, I do need a cup and a half of brown sugar. Okay, so maybe I'll do 1 cup of light brown sugar, and then I'll do. Yeah, I'm not cooking Italian food yet because here's the thing about these cookies, is that I'm gonna make these cookies. Yeah, so one thing about brown sugar is that you should always pat this down because it's super loose. So I spilled some in here. That's fine. That's a half cup. The thing about lunch when I make the carbonara is that the cookie dough needs to chill while I make the carbonara. So it's perfect. Because once I'm done with the carbonara, I can scoop out my dough, plop it on a sheet, and bake them. So I'll leave the oven on just so that if I get impatient and want to start baking cookies now, I can. What I can also do too, this is multitasking here. I can start the pot of water no, I can't really start the pot of water. That's like too much. Because I still need to cook the bacon before I'm using turkey bacon, Mike, because I'm not eating pork, right? So, okay. 1.5 cups of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of coconut sugar. These are going to be nice and soft, like moist, rich, molassesy. Here. Okay, 2 sticks. So I'm using coconut sugar and brown sugar, yes. So it's going to be a nice caramely flavor rather than a sweet flavor. So I'm using 2 different types of plant butter. This is a Country Crock plant butter. They're actually different oils, and so I want a mixture of different oils. I'm using these Earth Balance or vegan sticks. Let me grab a butter knife. Because I'm gonna chop this up, just so it mixes faster. Let's get hyper. Well, that's the whole thing, right? Like, I don't want a lot of sugar in here. I don't want to get. I mean, we just had Halloween yesterday, right? So, like, I don't want my daughter hyped up on sugar. So it's not gonna be like super sugary chocolate chip cookies. All right, that's 1 cup. What am I gonna do? 2. Start this. Yeah, I'm not using regular butter. Regular butter is just going to wreck all of our stomachs. Oh, I'm such a great mixer. Look at this. So ironically enough, because I do all the cooking, my wife got me this stand mixer. I mean, these mixers aren't cheap. Left joke 99. Oh no, I don't know who you are.
Let me see how much one of the KitchenAid mixer is. A KitchenAid stand mixer. So this one right here goes for. This is an artisan series. So this goes for about $220. Oh, you know what? The best price to look at is Amazon. Let me check Amazon. An artisan stand mixer, not the classic. Right. Yellow? No. Where's silver metallic? So this is discontinued, but you can buy it on Amazon for $300. And I mean, like, I got this a long time ago. Yeah, they are really expensive. Okay, so cream and some combined. I'm gonna add 2 eggs, which need to be cold, so they're in the fridge. Got my eggs here. My cat is playing with toys in the other room. So we're adding 1. Oh! Whoa! Well, good thing that broke because, you know, I needed to use it. Alright, 2 eggs in. Nice and cold. Now, that's gonna beat. Another mixing bowl here. Only 2 eggs. Actually, let's cream this a little bit better because it's. You can see in here that a lot of it's sticking to the bowl, so. That's enough beating for now. Now I'm gonna mix my flours. Is it modified? No, it's modified seriously because real carbonara usually uses pecorino romano and parmesan, and because you know the whole lactose intolerance thing, um, it's not gonna work. So I'm using a hard vegan cheese that I'm gonna shred by hand. So I have my bowl here, and I need about 11 ounces of flour, and I will tell you what that is in grams in a little bit. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do too? I'm gonna go fancy. Let's go fancy today. I mean, technically, cookies don't need to be sifted because you want that lumpiness, but let's sift today. So we need about 11 ounces of flour. I'm not. I don't care if any of the flour flips over. It's just flour. So that 1 heaping cup is about 7.5 ounces. So I need about 3.5 more ounces. Well, the good thing about this too is that I can. Oh, paper cut. Jeez. Okay, 11.07 ounces. Really close. And what is that in? That's mils. Grams. 315 grams of flour. All right, guys, 315 grams of flour. Got that? All right, I need some salt. I need a teaspoon of salt. Oh, I should have added the vanilla to the eggs too. I creamed it. This is a lot of salt, a teaspoon, but I mean, I figured it'd go salt, like a salty, salt and sweet cookie. All right. I am going to add a pinch of cinnamon. So I'm going to add an 1/8 teaspoon of cinnamon. It's not going to be enough to overwhelm the flavor, but it just adds a little something. I need to add my baking soda. Oh, what's an 1/8 of a teaspoon anyways? 1/8 of a teaspoon is 0.5 mil. How's that? Baking soda, half a teaspoon, which is 2.5 mils. And let me add the vanilla directly to this bowl right here. $11 ounces. Yeah, I a little over measured. Okay. I don't want to overdo with the vanilla either. Let me see. This is regular normal. This is here, Mike. This is unbleached all-purpose flour.
Well, it sounds like when is the song coming up, by the way? Next week.
I'm not adding peanut butter to this. I'm not making peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. I'm making just regular chocolate chip cookies. It would not. I would have to change it because I think I would probably add less flour. Oh, so to this, I have a tiny whisk. Just whisk. Although, you know, if I put all the ingredients into the sifter, I probably wouldn't have to mix. But okay, I would. So it's hard because at work, everything is metric, right? Mils, grams, like micrograms, microliters. Um, it's just it would be so much easier.
See that? I let him disappear.
Yeah.
What's up, Rhymes? To be honest, I'm not really educated enough.
Oh, yeah. So cookie. Oh, you like them crunchy? Ooh, crunchy. Crunchy usually means there's less brown sugar. All right. So we got our stand mixer. I got my flour. I'm gonna add about half of this in here. I don't want to add it too fast. I don't want a flour explosion. And today's Friday. It's a Mumford day. See you, Maddie. Say hi to Mom for me. Dude, I am not making a flour explosion. Alright, there's your flour explosion. That's the rest of it. Now here's the fun part. I'm using 2 different types of chocolate chips because this is all I have in the house. I have these are bittersweet chocolate chips.
70% cacao content. I'm using, so I can tell you, I think this has a little bit of sugar in there. Organic chocolate liqueur, cane sugar, cocoa butter, cocoa powder. These are dark chocolate keto chips. They're 55% cacao, but there's no sugar added. It's stevia instead. Again, kind of cutting back on the sugar, right? Shut this off. Let me scrape this down. This is a really light batter, but the other thing that I have to mention is that that's why we're putting this in the fridge, right? We want a nice, hard, thick batter when we bake it. All right, let's scrape the spoon off. Oh, I need that measuring cup. All right, we're adding 2 cups of chocolate, 55%. Yes, well, don't forget, Mike, we can't eat the milk chocolate, right? So there's going to be a lot of chocolate chips. So I'm going to add 3/4 cup of the bittersweet. And I'm going to add another 3/4 cup of the keto. When I make pancakes, I make chocolate chip pancakes for the week for my daughter for breakfast, and I use these keto chips so she's not hopped up on sugar. And the chocolate to make chocolate pancakes, I know it's in a really terrible bag because the bag that it comes in is terrible. It's just raw cacao powder. All right, let's mix our 1.5 cups of chocolate. Did I lock this? No. Yes. Chewy. So these will be soft and chewy. If I had a bar of chocolate, I would chop it up and mix it in, but I don't. Is that even enough chocolate chip? That's a 1.5 cups. Like my rubber band ball. Save it up from rubber bands over the years. You know what? I'm gonna add. Yeah, let's get this really chocolatey. The other thing that I've done before is I've made s'mores cookies. So I've made the batter almost like graham crackers. Mix in chocolate chips, and I mix in marshmallows. And so when you bake them, they're like gooey marshmallows in the center of the cookie dough with the chocolate chips. When you take a bite of it, it's phenomenal. Right. Oh, it's so thick. Look at that. Now these are going to be when I bake these, you're going to see how big these are. These are going to be huge. They're going to be massive. I think it'll be perfect timing because by the time, actually, I might put this in the freezer instead of the fridge so that it chills faster. That way I can cook my bacon. Oops. Cook my bacon, get the pasta going, make the lunch, and then as soon as it's almost done, take it out of the freezer, slap it in the oven, and finish up the carbonara, and then bake it.
Two whole milky. Yeah, lick that book. I'm not gonna lick this right now.
Yeah, you know what? The chocolate from like Hershey Kisses and stuff like that, it's not pure chocolate, right? It's like, oh, I wish I had What's up, Verdi? Thank you for the host. I am just trying to scrape off my thick, creamy, slightly off-white batter. What's up, Lepka? Let's see. So let's scrape this.
Oh, you touch my tra-la-la.
Oh.
My ding-ding-dong.
I should have my Thank you for the follow, Cho. Okay. Dude, you come over, I'll make you some thick cookies. This is gonna go in the freezer for a little bit. You know what's funny though? Moto, you asked me to lick this, and for some reason, I get paranoid about licking cookie dough, like raw cookie dough. But when I made mayo, it was from raw eggs, right? But I guess because of the blending process and the emulsification process, it semi-cooks it. What's the diamond on the name, guys? Oh, you have one, I think. It's VIP. Yes, thick. All right, this goes into the freezer. I have a chest freezer here. I'm gonna slap this bad boy in. Actually, you know what? There's a lot of ice packs in here. Let me get rid of these ice packs. I don't know why we have 17 ice packs in here. Bam. All right. In the freezer. Now, because it's in the freezer, that gives us time to do a lot of other things. Like I don't know about you guys, it's 11 o'clock here. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna start making lunch. Let me move my blender. Oh god, this is so heavy. All right, while we're here, we're gonna start our modified carbonara. And the first thing I'm gonna do is, so regular carbonara, let me wipe down my surface actually here. Regular carbonara uses pecorino romano cheese and Parmesan cheese. And because I am lactose intolerant, I have this just like Parmesan vegan cheese. It's a hard block. And we've been using this a lot for pastas and soups. So my recycling bin is actually right on the other side. So I'm gonna grate this whole block, right? Or as much as I can of this whole block. Let me see. Wait. Yeah, my cookie dough is getting cold. Can you put the cam next to the dough in the freezer, please? I could. What's for lunch? Carbonara. So I think the title is modified carbonara. It uses pork, and I don't eat pork, so I have turkey bacon. And because it needs a lot more fat, it usually, I mean, I guess you could get away with like pancetta. And pancetta has a lot of fat. I'm actually going to be using, instead of turkey bacon has some fat, but my mother-in-law got me this. It's duck fat, cooking oil. So I'm going to be cooking the turkey bacon in duck fat, and that'll be part of the sauce. So, thanks for the host, Moto. All right, let's grate some cheese. Duck fat, yes. Wait. I'm not making authentic Italian carbonara. It's going to be. I mean, that's why it's modified, right? There's no way I can make the original. Why? What would you change it to, Moto? What would you change the title to? Yes, Mike. I've done some research. Cho, I already cut myself on the bag of flour. I got a paper cut. Of course, knives don't do that. It's the small bag of paper. Yeah, duck fat. So I really haven't used a lot of it, but I'm hoping that the duck fat will bring out a lot of the flavor. And it's a good fat. Oh, no way. There's no way I'm putting cooking authentic Italian carbonara. I mean, I'm sure I'd get some views, but I'd probably get a lot of cursing in Italian in my stream, right? And I don't want that happening. I have that oil, duck fat. There's some restaurants, like, I guess mid to higher end restaurants, they'll cook like French fries or potatoes in duck fat, and it's supposed to taste amazing. I actually haven't had them, just because I usually try to find something a little bit healthier. So I'm going to be sitting here and shredding this for a while. Carbonara doesn't. So this carbonara will not use cream. This cheese mixture, I'll show you in a minute once I finish grating this. There's a reason why these eggs are still out. Milk skin? I don't. I think authentic carbonara does not use milk. It uses eggs. Well, in this case, yes. I guess cheese. It would use cheese as the milk base. Oh God, this is gonna be a lot of cheese. I think it'll be worth it though. I'm hoping that it's worth it. Oh, I guess my block broke. Yeah, you don't use cream. Yeah, I know not to use cream. And if your sauce is runny, the only way to actually make it thicker, I mean, theoretically you could use pasta water, but if your sauce is runny, you're supposed to add more cheese because it thickens it up. I might just stick with this block here. It looks like a lot of cheese. Sure feels like it in my arm. How many people is this for? It's only for me, Mike. I'm cooking. So here's the other part. I got bucatini instead of spaghetti. I wanted a thicker pasta. So this is 453 grams of pasta. So I'll be cooking that. I have one package of turkey bacon, which I'll be cutting up and cooking. I'll be doing that fairly soon. I should actually do that now while I finish grating this. Only egg yolk. So, yes, Lepka. I'm going to be using. So the recipe that I found uses 3 eggs and 1 extra egg yolk.
Okay, I'm glad my countertop's somewhat clean. Let's see how that goes for now. I have this as a reserve if our pasta's a little too watery. The first thing I'm gonna do, actually, let's move the camera. Let me move my coffee. See that? Let's move that. We don't need salt yet. Cheese is pretty salty. All right. That's good. Let's heat up the pan. It's cast iron, so it's going to take a while. So I usually heat up on high and then lower the heat. In this pot here, already have water. So I'm going to start with the boil. Medium heat. Bucket. Yeah, can you tell I'm fat? I'm actually. One of them goes with only tomato. The other one goes with tomato meat and milk skim. Oh. I don't know. Carbonara does not go with tomato. They need fuel. They do need fuel. That's why I mean pasta. So yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Mike, this pasta, this company is the only one who makes this, right? So I can't find like a thicker pasta. Actually, I do have this, but let me see. Let me see if I can find it. I do. I don't have the label though. So I have this type of pasta. I actually can't remember what the name of it is. It's slightly thicker than a regular spaghetti. But I didn't have a lot of it. Let's lower this down. Well, I see. Look at this. I'm supposed to use this duck fat by the 15th. So I have 15 days to use this. So this is the perfect opportunity to use this. Actually, you know what I forgot to do? There's one thing I forgot to do. I forgot to cut my turkey bacon. So let me open the package here. I'm not cooking them in strips. I want them into smaller pieces. So I'm taking this whole package out. I'll tell you what it is, and the weight is in grams. It's 226 grams of turkey bacon. Not sure if that's enough, but I mean, I'm just hoping that this isn't like a really, really heavy meal. Grab a knife. Maybe I can angle this up a little bit. Can I angle this up a little bit? Whoop. There we go. I have my camera on a tripod, so. Now I'll add the oil. Oh, oh! I wish you guys saw that. The fat just like completely. It was fatty, and then it just completely melted. Oh, it smells so good too. I can smell it. All right. Let's add our turkey bacon. We'll break this up after we add it. Let me do this quick rinse. I'm not sure if I'm going to need a cutting board again, so. Okay. Let me catch up here. So what is what? Whenever I make that, I always say the fat. Oh yeah, good for chicken. Yeah. What's up, pigs? What's up? What's going on? So the fat is great for. Wow, the fat's great for anything. I mean, you could. So like the one thing I really wanted to do was to actually take like potatoes and like fry like cubed potatoes. So parboil them in some boiling water, and then once they're like semi-soft, take them out, throw them in the oven with like a layer of duck fat, and just constantly flip them. And I want to make like kind of like um, not hash browns, but like I guess fried potato wedges. So yeah, I should have ripped these up with my hand, because this isn't going as fast as I had hoped. You always dismiss it. You throw it away. That was 225 grams of bacon, and I didn't measure the oil. I just poured until, or the duck fat. I just poured it until it kind of covered the bottom, because you want the fat um, as part of the sauce, right? Part of the sauce is taking the fat and the flavor from the originally pork. In this case, it's going to be turkey bacon, but turkey bacon doesn't have a lot of fat. It's healthier than your regular pork fat, and so that's why there's less fat. I'm adding more fat to it to kind of compensate for that lack of richness. I think it'll make it a little bit complex as well. Okay, so this is going to sit and cook at a low heat while I don't think I can dual task. I'll move the cam so we see. Oops. Move the cam so we can see what's going on here. Here's our cookie sheet for later. All right. Eggs. I think 3 eggs. And then, let me toss this. I'm adding the yolk of 1 egg. Great, I need a bowl. I just realized, how am I supposed to separate the egg white? So, you know we should do a cooking show, or cooking stream. Anna Banana should do a cooking stream. Tags, you should like try and convince her. All right, 1 yolk. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the egg white. I'll probably save it for tomorrow, for breakfast or something like that. I'm gonna move this to the side. I am not putting I'm not putting onions. I'm not putting garlic either. I'm not add rosemary. Rosemary. To be honest with you, I think if I were to cook or roast potatoes in duck fat, I actually wouldn't add rosemary. I would just leave it as is, just a pinch of salt, some black pepper. I'd want the flavor of the duck fat to kind of come out more. Put that a lot before bacon. Not gonna lie, that's a lot of cheese. Yeah, that's a lot of cheese, Mike. What's wrong with that? All right, black pepper. Yeah, that should be good for now. Let me give my bacon a stir here. I mean, this bacon's gonna go for a while. The other thing is that my water isn't even boiling yet for the pasta, and I have not salted my water yet. So just as it, I'm gonna pinch of salt in this. So this is pink. You can see underneath the grinder, it's a little pinkish. This is pink Himalayan sea salt. It's not as salty as the regular white sea salt, so I can add a little bit more. And I don't have another little whisk, so I'm actually gonna have to wash this. You know, I bought this little whisk for my daughter so that when she cooks with me, she can use it. But I found that actually is really, really helpful. Maybe I shouldn't have used a whisk. I think that was a bad idea. I think a fork is better. Okay, so it looked like a lot of cheese. In reality, it really isn't because it's just very airy. All right, this is nice and mixed. Rosemary is great. I always mess up the yolk. Oh yeah. Okay. So this cheese egg mixture is our sauce, right? So I'll leave the fork in there for now. Let's swing it back over to the bacon. It's starting to brown. Maybe you can turn up the heat a little bit, but you can see a lot of the oil has actually come out. I mean, I coated the pan really generously with the duck fat, and a lot of it's kind of burnt off already. Or it's been absorbed by the turkey bacon, but regardless, I'm probably going to have to add just a little bit more oil. And I am going to have to turn up the heat a little bit because I want this to brown just a little bit. I guess that's also where we're going to get the caramelization of the fat from the turkey bacon. All right. What's too much for you? The sauce or the bacon? I'm gonna put my eggs away. I'm gonna check on my dough. The dough is still, I would say it's still pliable. It's getting cold, so I want that a little bit cooler. I somehow don't think that this is enough egg and cheese, but we'll see. Try to separate these pieces here. I want like maximum coverage on the pan rather than like this one's stuck together. Get out. I keep looking out the window because I know my neighbor texted me and she was like, "Oh," she's like, when are you coming over for trick or treating?" You know, this was last night.
I was like, oh no, sometime around 6 o'clock. She's like, okay, you're gonna be our only one because we need to clean. My mother-in-law's coming over, and I'm super busy and super stressed. So I was like, all right. So I keep looking over to see if they're home, if they've come by yet. But I guess they haven't. I'm the only one eating. Well, yeah, I'm the only one eating it. I just so let me hold on. While that's cooking. Lepka hasn't. I don't think Lepka's seen this yet. But I wanted time this morning so I could set this up, right? I wanted to set up. I wanted to bring my chair down. I never had an opportunity to bring the chair down because the desk was pretty much set up, and I wanted to install those lights. And I just haven't had time. I'm taking Monday off as well. Kiddo has a doctor's appointment, but I mean, the backyard is just littered with leaves and branches that are probably like, I don't know, 7 meters, 8 meters long that I need to kind of shred and. Yeah, so I set up the lights, those lights on the wall this morning, Lepka. All right, all right. Can you see the bubbling action here? That's great. Is this actually fogging up? Hold on a second. So this is great. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted it to brown a little bit. I actually probably should have used, instead of cast iron, I probably should have used a non-stick pan to keep the oils in. I think that was my mistake. Because now that I'm looking at the rest of the oil in the pan, I'm losing oil. A non-stick pan would have kept the oil in the pan, and that's what I really wanted. Because the oil is going to mix in with the eggs, right, and the cheese to give it the flavor. Is the music soft? Can you guys hear the music? Oh, wait. Let's see if the camera's trying. Yeah, it's handmade. It's really low. Okay. Because this is almost done, I'm gonna turn up the heat on my water. Because it looks like it's boiling. There's some bubbles, but it's not like a rolling boil that I want. I'm gonna give this like 2 more minutes here in this pan, and I'm gonna kill the heat. Because I think this will be enough. He might be at work. It's early for him. What time is it there now? 3? Almost 3:30 p.m. Is that right? Four, 4:30. Okay. Is it festivity day? Oh.
right, I think this is done. I'm gonna shut this off because you know what? Cast iron holds a lot of heat, and this is gonna continue to cook long after I shut off the heat. So that should be plenty. And the timer's still going. I still have like 35 seconds left. More than enough time for this to extract more. I mean, this is great. I can actually see the fat coming out from the turkey bacon now. Perfect. And I think this is more than enough fat in the pan too, for the amount of pasta that I'm making. So again, I'm gonna spread this out, make sure like each one of these gets some ample surface, cooking surface. That will continue to cook for a little bit. So, okay, funny story, Mike. I hadn't made spaghetti meatballs. I made chicken meatballs, like ground chicken. I made them with meatballs. I hadn't made those in a while, so I made it. And my daughter was like, "Oh, I love this dish." She's like, I love spaghetti and meatballs." I'm like, "Oh, you know who really likes it?" "Oh, yeah, yeah, my dad." And she said, "Well, can we bring some to his grave?" And I was like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "Okay, we can do that." So next time I made it, I put it in like a small little plastic container, and we visited him, and she wanted to leave like a little small container of food for him. So she definitely did that. I'll probably do something like that again. I'm sure she'll want to do that in a couple months. This is like not boiling, so I'm gonna put this on high heat. This is the problem with electric stoves, is that they suck. Like I wish I had a gas stove. Now, can you see all the fat that's in here? That's what I want. I want that fat. The problem is that I want that fat, but I don't want it hot. I need this to cool. So what I might do, I got some cork pads. I'm actually gonna move this over. I'll move this over to the cutting board up here. All right, that's a little warm. It is cast iron. Problem with cooking bacon is that there's oil everywhere. Why did my music shut off? Wait, where's my phone? that's my worry right now. So what I can do is I can always just let this cool for a little bit, and then add it to the pot. So what I'm gonna do now, swing this over. You guys can see my floor. Let's make some cookies while we have 7 minutes left on our pasta boil. Rinse my hands real quick. Just, I don't want residual turkey flavors or duck flavors on my hand while I'm rolling out cookie dough. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this, that I got this idea from binging with Babish. So you basically take your dough, right? Roll it up, and then you break it in half. Now, the problem with this is that this dough is really soft still. So I don't know how well this is gonna work. I mean, I thought being in the freezer would be nice, but let's break this in half. I'm gonna do, let's try a batch of 6 first. So kind of take it, break it in half, fold it. Hold on, I'm gonna read comments in a little bit. Roll our dough. I mean, this is a palm-sized cookie, right? Break it in half, lump it. Roll, kind of flat. Break it in half. Pop it down. All right, yeah, this dough isn't like completely the best condition, so I'm gonna put it back into the freezer. The roll. It's actually quite sticky. I have a feeling that has to do with the butter, the butters that I use. So I'm gonna put this in for 15 minutes. I still have 5 minutes left on my 5 minutes left on my pasta. So let's put this back into the freezer. I mean, it's been in the freezer for a little while. See my oils and hot sauces there. You see. Black desk, yeah. Wow. Oh, oven? 350. Was that 167? 168? Or was that 180? Wrong app. Temperature. Oh, close. 176.66 repeating. I'm not worried about the pasta sticking to the bottom of the pan. I mean, it's still a rolling boil. I still have well over 3 minutes left. And this is cooling down pretty fast because I can actually put my hand on it now. I know, but you time the pasta, oil, and egg. That way you won't cook the egg. Yeah, I know. That's poor timing on my part. So, cutting it in half. So if the dough is cold enough, my dough wasn't hard enough. If the dough is cold enough, when you break it in half, you have the unevenness, and so that when you bake it, it stays uneven and it keeps its shape a little bit more. So it flattens out a little bit, but not completely. Yeah. So, oh, actually, you know what? I forgot to set the timer for that. So let's set that for 14 minutes. So 14 minutes for the cookies. It's supposed to be about 17 minutes. So. I mean, I think the other thing too, Mike, is that the temperature from the pasta, as soon as I move it to the pan, will be hotter than the temperature of the pan, right? Because I can put my hand on the pan. It's warm. If I keep it there for too long, it becomes a little unbearable. But I think it'll be fine.
And our look at our bacon, like this. It's like crispy, but like it has like a firm texture to it. This pan was a wedding gift. It's a La Crusette cast iron skillet. Um, it's fantastic. I have a stainless steel pan, and I want a blue steel pan next. So maybe I don't know when, but I would like a blue steel pan for some quick stir fries and stuff like that. Oh, you can hear it, right? When you mix in the pan. I mean, it's crispy. I got 50 seconds on my clock. No, I don't have a Japanese knife. I don't have Japanese knife. I actually have these are Henkels. These are Henkels, and you can tell by the handle. No, I actually would like Japanese knives. Um, I really like the hardened steel, but no, these are Spanish. All right, that's the timer for the pasta. Let's kill the heat. First of all, it's hot. Oh, perfect. All right, it's still chewy. I don't know if you can. Oh, you know what I should do? Come on. Well, I'm gonna move the pan anyways. Let's go like that. I didn't want to just like take it out and throw it into the pan. I wanted to make sure that it was all right before moving it into the pan. I don't think there's much more down here. Well, yeah, nope. I'm keeping the pasta water, just to let you know. All right, al dente, yes. Yeah. Oh wow, that's a lot. Yes, that is a lot of pasta left. Didn't I say it was like 450 some odd grams of pasta? That's almost a kilogram worth of pasta. It's a half a kilogram. So let's mix. This is where I want to get the oils from the duck fat and the turkey bacon, and I want to mix it together. And I should probably be using a better pair of tongs, but it looks like there's not enough oil though, or maybe I'm just not getting it right. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? It's not enough fat. I don't think there is enough fat in here. Actually, you know what? If it's not enough fat, I'll add some I'll add back some duck oil. It's nicely coated though. So I'm gonna leave it as is. Okay. This is the crucial part now. Ready, Mike? Let's see if I do this right. This is where you add the egg mixture and the cheese mixture. Where's my mini spatula? My mini spatula! I'm gonna get all this cheese out and eggs. Okay. So I gotta keep mixing this so that it doesn't quite cook, it just cooks a little bit. I have a feeling this is gonna be really thick though. I can see it. It's creamy. It's creamy. I'm keeping the pasta water just in case if I wanted to make this a little thicker, or I can add a little bit of water to make it maybe make it a little bit less thick. I think the residual heat in the pan is actually doing a great job with this. So the nice thing about this is that I'm gonna eat it for lunch and I'm gonna eat it for dinner. I'll probably have this with like a side salad tonight. Actually, I still have the Caesar dressing. We haven't been eating the Caesar dressing that I made last week, so I can have a side Caesar salad with carbonara. Okay, look at this. I don't know if you can see it, but the sauce has actually been incorporated really well. You can still see some of the sauce on the pan here. It hasn't quite picked up. You can see some here. Otherwise, it's coated the pasta really well. It's not steaming. Mike's gonna kill me, but I'm actually gonna take a spoonful of the pasta water. I'm gonna add it. I want a little bit of. I want some. Some of the cheese isn't actually melting. It's because it's not real cheese. So I want to kind of thin it out a little bit. I keep bumping into it. It doesn't look like it's scrambled egg. But again, it's not real cheese, so it's kind of a little harder to tell. All right. So here. Oh yeah. Let's make sure that I get it all. Oh no! Don't fall off. Actually, let me get a ladle. Mike, I'm alone right now. Lepka, this whole pan's for me. Hey, what's up, JP? All right, it is. There we go. See that? I don't know if you can see that. Right here. It's thinning out the sauce a little bit because it seems like it's a little thick. Maybe I did add a little too much cheese. Yeah, that's the right consistency. You know how you can tell it's the right consistency? Come on. I really salted the hell out of this pasta too. So I need to test for salt. That's really good. I can taste the cheese.
I really can't taste a lot of the duck fat, although that was just one piece. It does need more black pepper though. Hold on, I'll be checking comments really soon. All right, this is a nice creamy sauce, and yes, I do have this on this. And just to let you know, all right, I have this on the wire rack and cork pads because the cooking surface was still really hot, and I didn't want to cook the eggs when I poured it in here, and I don't want to be scrambled eggs. So I wanted just a layer of air to kind of cool the pan down faster. All right. Let's try one more bite. Mmm. Wow. Okay. You can really taste the duck fat with the turkey bacon in there. Perfect. Um. Yeah, you're supposed to put the pasta directly onto the bacon. You're not supposed to do it the other way. I could put some olive oil. No, there's enough fat. I know Mike's judging me really hard. He's supposed to. He's a, I expect that, right? I expect him to judge me because it's not. It's an Italian dish, right? He's in Italy. I did put some pasta water in there, Mike. I used the ladle's still here. I could add a little bit more, but I think the sauce is at the right consistency, where it's actually coated a lot of the pasta. I mean, I could probably add a little bit more, but I kind of like that slightly. You can see the cheese that it hasn't like completely fully melted. JP, where are you in EU? Because you can always come over. So 400 grams for 2 meals. Yep, I'm there. Welcome to my cooking stream. Oh, cookies are done in 30 seconds, guys. So I'll let this sit for a little bit. Or eat that now. I know, but you know what? Fuck, anytime I hear bonbons, I think of like middle-aged women watching soap operas in the middle of the afternoon. Yeah, I'm not putting any more water. I think it's the right consistency. So, move this back. Take this off. So, this is done. I can put this here. You guys can see that. So, I think I cooked these a little too long. Oops. I shut off my oven. I put these on for a little too long. It was supposed to be 15 minutes. I think I set it for a little bit longer than that. And you can see that they're a little golden around the edges, but they're a little. Excuse me, they're a little soft. Where's my spatula? Did I not have one? I must be going crazy. Is it in my dishwasher? It is. Soft. All right, I'm not gonna touch that. That's gonna sit there for a little bit. So let's plate. You know what I can do? Presenting time. Hold on. Hold on. Because, you can never have enough cheese. Oh, no! I gotta use this now because it broke off, right? Alright.
When I visit in the U.S., let me cook carbonara for you.
No, because I can't. I'm not eating pork, right? So this is why it's modified, because it's poultry. Yeah, the cookies need to rest. They're a little soft right now, and I mean, just like the way Mike likes it, right? Like it's gonna be chewy. It's not gonna be a crispy chocolate chip cookie. Is that double? That's not double. You should see how much left is left in the pan. Where did that green suddenly appear from? The fridge. My salad. So this is the Caesar dressing that I made last week on stream. There we go. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, okay. I think these cookies are. So I believe that with a colder cookie dough, these will be much better at baking. So I'm starting to take these off, and I'll show you guys what they look like. What's taken off. These are big ass cookies though. All right, cookies. They're still warm, but you can see that they need to cool a little bit. You can see how crumbly they are and soft. Wow, they're still really warm. What, Mike? What, Mike? Mike. Okay. Yeah. No. Homemade dressing's the way to go.
I need to sit down. It's really rich. I mean, between the cheese, the duck fat, and the turkey bacon, it is really, really rich. But it's really, really good. I don't want a full bite with. I mean, the pasta alone, like without the turkey bacon, is phenomenal. Like it's just there's just so much flavor. I don't want greens in here right now. It's just there's just so much flavor. Wow. Anything I would add? I actually probably, no, I don't want the bacon too small. That's probably a good size. I wouldn't add anything. If I could eat regular cheese, I'd probably add the Romano to balance out the flavor because this is a vegan cheese. There's only one flavor. So I'm stuck with whatever it is, but still. I think the thickness of the sauce, of the egg mixture, I think I had enough cheese. Maybe I had a little too much cheese because it didn't quite melt all the way in the pan. Otherwise, no, it's fantastic. You would add bread while eating. You know what the problem is that I had this baguette, but listen to this. I forgot about it because we don't eat bread that often, and I ate like half the loaf, and I left it in the cabinet, and I forgot all about it, and I found it last night. I was like, oh. Yeah, I might eat like a week-old baguette. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. So. Okay. I could make breadcrumbs. All right. Let's try this. It's cooled off a little bit more. I'm gonna move this so I'm not dripping cookie crumbs on here. It's soft. It's not that sweet. So, I think this resembles more of like a graham cracker taste to it. But it has a crisp on the bottom, but it's really soft in the middle. I know, Mike, but you know, there's no vegan version of pecorino, so I can't make it with it. I mean, I could probably get away with it adding a little bit, but I don't want to chance it. Use some for daughter. Use some of what? Cookies? Because I still have a whole bowl in the freezer that I need to make. Yeah, breadcrumbs. I'm gonna have to make breadcrumbs out of this. It's so hard. And to be honest with you, right now, I'd rather eat this than that. Which is really unwieldy. There is plenty here. And we have to have an early dinner tonight. Anyways, because last night, actually, it was 2 nights ago, the wife's iPhone, like, all of a sudden had no service. And so you need to update your phone, update the phone, and there's still no service. And apparently her iPhone is problematic with Apple, and so we need to bring it to the Apple store and get a new one. I don't know. So we need to do that tonight. So that's why I'm doing an afternoon cooking stream.
What is that? I wish Mike would know. There's no way I'm gonna be eating that. Ew. So I've had that cheese before. Um, I am not going to eat it. I'm not gonna be eating anymore. I need to save it for tonight.
So this will be my lunch, plus this cookie and maybe this cookie. Yeah, we normally don't eat cheeses, and if we do, it's just vegan cheese. We have so much vegan cheese. So it's not the internet. It's not cut off from the internet because Wi-Fi works and she's able to surf the web on it. But oh, Mike, if you notice too, I didn't add garlic to it. I don't think it even needs garlic, right? Because you want to bring the flavor out from the fats and the cheese. And I understand why you're not supposed to add garlic. Yeah, I would say like maybe older iPhones, like hers is a 7. I'm sure. I mean, it's actually a known issue, and it's been known issue for over a year now. So. So, I'm just looking at the timer. I've been live for an hour and almost 45 minutes. So, in an hour 45 minutes, we made the modified carbonara, and then we also made a half dozen cookies. And I could probably make more while we're eating, but I really want that dough to settle. So, in less than 2 hours, we were able to make a full lunch. Or a full dinner and dessert, right? No, I know better. I've read enough about carbonara where they're like traditional Italian carbonara does not have garlic, and you should not add garlic to it because it's sacrilegious. So I decided not to. And to be honest with you, if when I make this again, I'm not going to be adding garlic to it. I don't think it needs it at all. the residual heat from the pan and the heat from the pasta cook it well enough. I mean, this is a cast iron skillet, and I mean the handle is now cool, right? It's probably been a good 20 minutes. But even when I took it off the stove and I put it on the wire rack, I couldn't hold my hand on that pan for any longer than 10 minutes because it's really hot. So the pan held a lot of heat. Between that and the pasta water, I think that should do enough to cook the eggs.
I don't think that's an issue at all. And I mean, I know when you buy mayo, mayo's usually pasteurized, but the homemade mayo that I make isn't, right? And
Part of it is, hold on. Part of it is because if you look, so I buy these eggs. These are pasture raised, and you saw how yellow the yolks were. Or they weren't really yellow; they were actually like orangish. But I'm gonna open up another egg. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Since I have the egg whites here, I'm gonna open up 2 eggs because I can do something with these eggs for dinner. Actually, no, I'm gonna use the eggs for I have to make rice, just rice, so I can use it for rice. All right. So we have our egg whites here, right? So there are 2 eggs, and I forgot which one's which already. I'll mix them up, right? One is the pasture raised, one of them is just an organic cage-free egg. You're gonna see the difference between the yolks. And I can tell already which one's which. I know I'm using the yellow bowl, right? This is actually my daughter's bowl. She likes to put stuff in there. So you can see, I mean, yeah, the camera's a little farther away, but you can see the difference in color, right? This is the pasture raised one, and this is, even though this is organic, this is not, all right? Regardless, this is cage-free, cage-free, right, cage-free. This is more yellow, and the pasture raised, where they actually graze off the grass and the insects, is actually orange. And you can see the difference right away. So I usually buy, because I like to eat, I love eating, like I love great food, and that's why I cook a lot. But a lot of it has to do with the quality of ingredients, and so I like to spend a little bit more on better ingredients. So I'm not so worried about, I mean, this is still a good egg, right? It's organic, it's cage-free, so I know there's no growth hormones or any of the other crap they add to the chickens. The pasture raised, I know they don't add growth hormones to the chickens or any other crap in there. The feed that they eat might not be organic. The chickens are probably aren't organic, but the egg quality is so much better because they're actually eating a natural diet rather than something that's a little bit more forced. Yeah, I mean, you can order eggs at a breakfast place, have it sunny side up, right? So it's like, I'd say 3/4 of the way cooked, and that's fine. But adding an egg, I mean, I still think that this is cooked, right? Because the temperature of the pan and the pasta is well above, it is like, by the time you take the pasta off and add to the pan, it goes from 100 Celsius because the water was boiling, down to maybe like 60 Celsius. I mean, that's more than enough heat to cook the eggs, and especially when you're mixing it around and you have so much pasta, you don't need a lot of heat. Really? Wow. I guess this is just what I think. I mean, again, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of rules around restaurants and I guess being sanitary and
being safe for human consumption. I guess you're right. I guess it's not considered a cooked egg. And when I made the mayo last week, that's not considered a cooked egg, right? Because I'm adding raw eggs to this blender. Yeah, it's blending on high speed, and just the speed of it mixing around increases the temperature of the mayo. Because when you open up the lid and pour it out into a jar, the mayo is really warm. It's not cold, because the speed of the blades just in my opinion cook it. So a cooked egg needs to be a cooked yolk, because I know in the U.S. you can order eggs that are sunny side up, and a lot of restaurants do that, where the yolk just runs out. Like I know I cook eggs sunny side up here because my daughter likes to take toast and dip it into the yolk, right, and eat it. Um, but yeah, I mean, again, just same size eggs. It's just one. It's just the color difference is immense, and that's just the quality. Hold on, I'm gonna start this soaking because I forgot that it needs to soak for a little while before I actually. Okay, so yeah, we can have runny eggs here. Um, Actually, I forgot to mention. Yeah, usually at restaurants they give you the disclaimer: eating raw or uncooked, eating like for sushi, or even like rare or medium rare steaks. They always give that disclaimer. Eating raw or undercooked meat or eggs can lead to illness. We're not responsible if you choose that option. So yeah, there probably are regional rules. Actually, I'm gonna move this over because this is really full. What happened to my music? Yeah. A lot of states, a lot of restaurants have, or cities have banned foie gras because of the way ducks or geese are being treated. Um, so that's a no-no. A lot of it's no-no. I've had that before when I was younger, and it's really rich. I won't eat it now. I'm going to shut off this one for now, so that I can actually eat a little bit. It's getting cold, so I want to be able to eat something while it's still like warm. Actually, you just brought up a good point, too. It goes back to the point of eating that raw cookie dough, right? Like, a lot of people like licking cookie dough off a spoon, and, like, it's honestly awesome, right? But again, that's something that I don't do because I know that's actually raw egg, right? I haven't even touched, that hasn't even touched any type of, anything that would make it warm, like a blender or pan. So that's one thing that I won't do, and I know a lot of people do. But I feel like, once you add to a pan like the carbonara or making mayo, it does cook it. Mike, I'm sure there are a lot of farms in Italy or in Europe where they actually treat the geese or the ducks correctly and they treat them well. But here in America, where everything is just like a machine and it's just so processed, there's no way that it's natural. Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. Oh no. I'm going to log off, and I'm going to send you over to Liz. She's hysterical. I think I sent her over last week, or the other time. Yeah, she's super funny.
I won't Emma date
Super awesome.
you.
So,
Maybe Emma doesn't like
enjoy her stream, and thank you guys for tuning in.
Emma
I will
the
once I can process the videos and maybe do a little editing,
Ninja would have more than 20,000 views and
I'll upload them onto
50,000
YouTube.
and
So
from there. That's true.
just keep an eye on that, and I'll send you guys a link once sometime.
Thank you so much
So thank you for tuning in.
in.
I will see you guys maybe. Maybe.
Oh, confirmed. Doesn't matter if he had more viewers on Twitch. Mix gave him a fat sack of cash to not only work a minimum hours a week.
I'll
and
have to
a
look
life
at my
again.
calendar,
That's
but maybe next week.
True.
All right, thanks,
There's
guys.
one advantage to Mixer.
See
If you're
ya.
watching or streaming only from Xbox, that's it.